It's just something about those Fridays, man. Those Fridays, they truly do hit differently, man. G-Roar ended up going 9 for 9 on Friday, having multiple 100% profit returns on SPY and SPX calls and puts. I ended up going 5 for 6. If you were to combine our 14 wins on the day, it would have added up to multiple 1,000% profit returns. With that being said, I'm going to be breaking down all of the massive wins that we ended up having and experiencing on Friday. And then in terms of before that, we did end up having 3 days in a row where we each had 1,000% profit return trades. With that being said, we're going to get right into the newly updated price action analysis. So first things first, in terms of the SPY and how this is setting up, it's going to be a very simple overall play. Right now, as you can see, we are having a massive gap up. We are currently at 598.30. Based off of what I'm seeing on the daily chart pattern, the main focus is going to be to buy call options for the gap and go. I'm going to be interested in buying the dip. I'm also going to be interested in using the breakout and retest overall strategy. When SPY breaks above a key resistance level and then it drops back down to retest, look to see if there's a 30-minute candlestick confirmation reacting as support to buy calls. With that being said, in terms of the levels and what I need you to be aware of, right? So based off the 10-day, 30-minute patterns, the SPY can potentially drop first heading into the market open. So in terms of my two levels that I want you to be aware of for a potential quick drop towards market open, based off of what I'm seeing on these 10-day, 30-minute patterns, these are going to be the two levels. So the first level, this is going to be make or break. It's not as special as a level. It did already play out in a sense, but it has some potential. So if you're going to use the lower level, make sure you're using very strong bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, along with everything it is that you have in your deck to confirm that a key level is actually going to work for the downside. So 598.70 is make or break. If we react as a resistance, the SPY will be on track to quickly start to drop back down to fill the gap that is waiting to fill below at 595.51, which would be the first main level of interest in terms of buying call options, right? So with that being said, you do need to understand if we do break out and react as a support level at 598.70, we will be on track to the next resistance level, which would be the best level possible to attempt to buy put options, use the strong bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. So in terms of that level and the strategy, it's going to be previous support to react as a resistance. It's going to be that breakdown and retest, right? So we had a breakdown of support right here at $600.40. We also got some all-time high resistance at 601 here in the pre-market session. With that being said, that overall zone, as you can see, once SPY cracked this 1 hour worth of support, it had a massive drop to 597. So once it spikes back up to that previous support, it's likely going to drop first and react as a resistance in between this zone above $600 to 601. With that being said, that is going to be the best level possible to attempt put options, right? So if 598.70 is reacting as support, we're going into this put zone right here, which would be the best level to consider put options. Use strong bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. Now, in terms of the main levels for call options, we have previous resistance to react to support. We have all this previous resistance right here at 595.51, previous closing price, along with the previous day highs at 596. The SPY had such a nice gap up. It's going to attempt to bounce first at this previous resistance level. It's going to attempt to have a gap reversal. Now, in terms of the true best levels to consider buying overall call options, these are going to be the lower dip levels that I will be focusing on. So in terms of the level below that, it's going to be 594. And then in terms of the level below that, it's going to be 591. 591 is truly an incredible support level where you can really consider just kind of getting in terms of like an auto buy level where you don't necessarily need a confirmation. It would be at 591. That would be that true best level into this week to consider buying call options. So you can see right here, you have this previous resistance right here on the SPY towards this 590 to 591 zone, has a breakout. It never really dropped back down in a sense towards like this 590-ish level, except during that extended hours trading session almost. So it's likely just going to bounce first at 591 when it hits that overall zone. So that is the overall game plan. Like I said, since we are gapping up, we're going to be focused on using the breakout and retest overall strategy. Also going to be focused on just buying potential oversold dips, right? And then I have two put zones, but that main best level of interest is going to be above 600. And then the make or break is 598.70. So those are the overall levels in terms of walking you through the overall ladder. 601 to 640, 598.70. Below that, previous resistance to react to support, 596 to 595.51, gap reversal. Next level below that is going to be 594. Next level below that is going to be 590 to 591 call zone. I gave you all the levels. Those are the levels where we're going to be interested in potentially trading at, right? They're not all created equally. I explained to you the main differences in each level. So in terms of like the true main focus, I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on the upper levels for potential puts with the bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. Obviously, less of a confirmation if we're towards the upper level, towards the pre-market, right? And in terms of calls, man, I'm going to keep a close eye on 595.50 gap reversal. I'm also going to keep a very close eye on 591 to 594 zone, but that 591 is truly an incredible level to consider potentially just even auto buying call options. So those are the overall levels that we are planning to trade at. Make sure that you are using confirmations at these levels to confirm that they're going to be bearish or bullish, right? I gave you the ladder in terms of where they can head to, and I explained to you the differences between the levels and where we're interested in potentially buying calls or puts at those overall levels. But you have to confirm with everything that is that you know about trading, along with everything it is that I taught you to confirm if a level is going to be bullish or bearish, right? So make sure you're using confirmations at these overall levels. With that being said, those are the best possible levels that you can possibly trade within this overall market heading into tomorrow. There's going to be new updates. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And in terms of the trades, man, so on Friday, we ended up having 14 wins. Like I said, G-Roar ended up going 9 for 9. That's 9 straight wins in a row. I ended up going 5 for 6 on the overall day. We absolutely crushed it. So in terms of the trades, let's get right into it. So in terms of the trades, man, we're going to break this down here for you first, man. Who do you know is doing this, man? I'm going to walk you through this, man. Do you understand? We have a 0-date options trade alert system where we print nonstop at the speed of light, man. Take a look at these trades. So here we are, November 22nd. As you can see, this is the first trade that we ended up making on the day, directly at market open. We ended up buying 597 SPY calls for 44 cents a contract. Everything it is that we're doing is alerted in real time. As a matter of fact, you can see these prices right here are the option quote prices moving in real time. We are simply documenting everything it is that we're doing 100% in real time. So in terms of what we ended up doing, as you can see right here, we ended up buying these SPY 597 calls for 44 cents a contract. We ended up adding into that basically towards break even. And with that being said, as you can see, the trade worked out absolutely phenomenal. Ended up selling in that 83-cent range for a phenomenal win. Starting off the day green, where you can literally walk away and you don't have to trade within the first 30 minutes. Team Roar is known for having the best morning option trading alerts. Literally every single morning trading session tends to be green. You can literally just walk away and call it for the day. But like I said, man, when you know how to trade and you have a real-time 0-date options trading alert system, you could trade all day. So like I said, man, we ended up having 9 wins in a row, and then I'll be walking you through my personal trades after this. But in terms of the second win, we ended up buying 592 SPY puts for 51 cents a contract. And as soon as we got in on that overall trade, it quickly went to 56, 57, went into the 60s. And then as you can see, we are adding, like I tell you, we add to the winners. We don't like to add to losers. It's something that we rarely do. We do prefer to add to the winners because when we're up a little bit in terms of small amounts for us, 5%, 10%, 20% gains, very small percentage gains for us. When we're up a little bit, we like to add to the winners because when we add and we win, we tend to win very fucking big. In terms of very big, 100%, multiple 100% profit returns, 1,000% plus. Like I said before this, 3 days in a row, we had 1,000% profit returns each day. So with that being said, that trade quickly went from 51 cents a contract all the way, as you can see right here, and as we're adding, right, adding into the winners, all the way to 82 cents a contract. That is 2 for 2 on the day, trading both ways. Calls first, puts second, 2 for 2, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Brokies, they stay fucking broke, man. So with that being said, in terms of the third win on the day, 10:49 a.m., let's buy 594 SPY puts for 65 cents a contract. Ended up adding to that overall trade. Adding into the trade as we are barely down on that overall trade. And then as you can see, man, literally every trade we are adding to is going in our favor. It literally goes straight to 95 cents, 106 cents. That is 3 wins in a row, 120 cents, up 62 cents a contract, 3 for 3, setting the fucking profit stops. Who do you know of is doing this in real time every single day, man? So in terms of the fourth win on the day, we ended up buying 596 SPY calls for 59 cents a contract. Every single fucking trade I see in here, when we're adding, is a fucking win, man. We are fucking unstoppable. Look at this, man. So we're adding right here when we're barely down 53 cents a contract, and the trade quickly went to 78 cents a contract, man. So in terms of the next fucking win, we ended up buying 595 SPY puts for 50 cents a contract. As you can see, those quickly went to 72 cents a contract, man. Just add up all of the fucking wins and all of the percentage gains. All we do is win. The gains always outweigh the losses, but we rarely fucking lose, man. It's just nonstop fucking winning in here with a flawless victory, 6 for 6. And you would think all of the fucking winning would stop there. But no, you guys are well aware. We trade during power hour trading session as well. So with that being said, in terms of the next trade, we ended up buying 5955 SPX puts for 130 cents a contract. These puts went up 100% in a single fucking minute. And then they went all the way to 530 cents a contract in 3 fucking minutes, man. When everyone was getting out of this trade and locking in profits, I waited for a small spike on SPX, and then I called puts on the same fucking strike, and those went from 200 to 400. We played that back-to-back fucking wins, man. So in terms of the 8th win on the day, man, take a look at this, man. Power hour trading session, 3:33 p.m. Let's buy 597 SPX calls for 75 cents a contract. Adding to the wins, adding to the wins. And you're going to see, man, let's buy 5965 SPX calls for 170 contracts. We ended up doing 2 strikes in this situation. The calls fucking printed. That is 9 for 9. Both of the fucking strikes went into money. We're talking fucking 400, 600 a contract, man. Who the fuck do you know is printing like us at the speed of fucking light? Who do you know is doing this every single fucking day, man? This is fucking crazy, man. Some days in Team Roar, you'll get like 2 wins in a row, and that'll be it for the day. And then there's other days you get fucking 12 wins in a row, man. It's fucking crazy. It's what the market gives us. We trade the best setups at the best fucking prices possible. Whatever the market gives us, whether that's no trades for the day, then we don't fucking trade. But literally every single day, there's usually at least 2 wins at the bare minimum. And then on the beast mode days, on the fucking goat mode days, that's where you're looking at 5 to 12 fucking trades. So G-Roar ended up going 9 for 9. Big shout out to him, man. Name a single fucking trader you know of who is doing this, man. Who the fuck is printing like us at the speed of light, man? Every single fucking day, man. So in terms of my trades that I ended up making on the day, let's get straight into this, man. So I'm gonna walk you through this, man. We had some very good analysis that I pointed out with some education along with the trades. So the first trade that I ended up making on the day was Tesla. I ended up buying Tesla 355 calls at 231 cents at 11:46 a.m. You guys know me. I rarely trade during the market trading session in terms of, you know, my personal trades. Obviously in the morning, I'm going to follow some of the trades within Team Roar. But in terms of my personal trading, I ended up buying Tesla 355 calls at 231 cents a contract. Ended up quickly adding to that, right? So with that being said, man, we were cutting these in the 290s to 300s for a little bit, about like a 40% profit return on that. That was a nice quick trade to start the overall day in terms of my own personal trading. And then in terms of the next win that we had on the day, and someone took advantage of this. We had a member in the chat make like 100% profit return on this trade idea. I gave out a trade idea. I didn't take action on it simply because the options were just too fucking, the spreads were just too fucked up on this overall play. But the strategy worked again, man. This pattern, facing to the downside, facing to the upside, next 30 minutes is going to be bullish, buy call options. This pattern happened on Crocs, and the fucking Crocs calls went up 100%. But like I said, the spreads were too wide, so I stayed away from it. But I pointed out the pattern, and we had some members take it. I saw one member take advantage of that, so that was a nice pattern. With that being said, in terms of my overall analysis, I made it very, very clear at 12:06 p.m. to compare the 30-minute chart to November 20th. It's very similar. We could be setting up for a buy the dip below 594 overall play, meaning we're going to close bullish and we're going to be buying the dips towards 594 zone. That analysis worked out to a fucking T, and SPY did end up closing bullish just like I had expected to, and we did take advantage of that. Now, if you watch my last video till the very end, I made it very, very clear. If Moderna is gapping up, or if we are reacting bullish at the previous closing price, we're going to be buying call options on Moderna for those Friday 0-day expirations. With that being said, I ended up buying mRNA 41 strike. As soon as they went out of the money, I got in at the exact lows at 28 cents a contract. These contracts quickly went to 60% to 60 cents a contract, man. That was a phenomenal trade. We made over 100% on that. That was the second win I had in a row on the overall day, man. We fucking killed it on Moderna. I ended up selling that at 54 cents a contract. We absolutely crushed it. I did try Nvidia calls. That was a dud. I got out immediately. As soon as I got in, I got out. Nvidia, it's just not my overall best experience trading Nvidia. So I did try Nvidia calls. As soon as I got in, I got out. So that in a sense was just a dud. Didn't really do anything with that one. But with that being said, man, from there, I just continued to kill it. I had 5,970 SPX calls at 180 cents a contract. I sold those at the exact peak to 250. They quickly went to 280. Then they came crashing back down. So that's another 40% profit return. And I made it very, very clear on the SPX overall play that it's the same pattern. Remember the pattern? Facing to the downside, facing to the upside. Next 30 minutes is bullish. I saw this pattern on Crocs, didn't take it because the spread was too wide. And then I saw the same pattern on SPX. And then I ended up buying, these SPX calls due to that pattern at 180 cents a contract. And then, like I said, I was selling at 250 cents a contract towards the exact peak. We crushed it on that overall play as well. And then on the SPX play on puts, I did end up doing puts. I ended up getting in on 5955 SPX puts for 200 cents a contract. So within that 130-minute candle, we had two phenomenal wins just on the puts alone, man. G-Roar fucking killed it with 200% plus profit return. And then I recalled the play when SPX spiked back up after everybody got back in. I recalled it, got back in at 5955 puts 200 cents a contract. We were selling that for a 100% win at 400 an overall contract. And then from there, I had one smaller loss on puts, and then I had one phenomenal win on calls. I did 5,970 calls as well at 110, sold at 170 cents a contract. So, like I said, we had 14 wins on Friday. There was literally only one loss, man. Losing is a personal choice. For those of you who are serious about trading alongside multimillionaires, it's the first link down below within the description. You will gain access to a real-time zero-date options trading alert system. You will gain access to all of our real-time trading alerts. With that being said, it's the first link down below within the description, man. I'm telling you, if you want to trade alongside us, it's the first link, man. And if you trade alongside us, you're also going to be learning how to trade because you get to see the exact trades that we take 100% in real time, along with our analysis in between the trade, along with the unique options trading alert system that we've created. So in terms of what's unique about our options trading alert system, very, very simple. We are known for buying cheap, far, low risk, out of money option contracts. We're known for selling them deep in the money. So we're holding for the bigger percentage gains. We are making the biggest percentage gains within the market, and we have the highest win rate in the game doing this. 9 for 9 on a single Friday speaks alone. So you know exactly what it is that we're doing. Everything is alerted 100% in real time. So if you want to experience something real, it's the first link down below within the description. And in terms of what makes our system special, just to give you some background, we do not use stop losses. The trades are so cheap, so low risk. 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents a contract, making multiple 100% profit returns. Every single month, I've been telling you, we have 3 trades where we make 1,000%. Just last week, we had 3 days in a row where we each called out a 1,000% profit return, where we made a 1,000% plus profit return. So with that being said, we don't use stop losses. Very cheap, very low risk. You can put in your entire position size as your max risk per trade, which could just be a couple percentage of your account. And you're probably wondering, how are you able to grow your account if you're literally putting in small amounts of money? You're able to do that simply because the percentage gains are so massive. We're talking 100% plus, multiple 100% plus. We're talking every single month, 3 trades, at least 1,000% plus. So the percentage gains are going to grow your dollars, and it's also going to compound your account for you, right? So it's a time game. It's going to take some time, but you grow the account through the percentage gains. And we also have the highest win rate in the game doing this, which is going to help as well. Not that we need it, because with this overall system, the risk to reward ratio is the highest in the game, meaning you could be profitable with this system with a win rate as low as 30%. We have the highest win rate in the game doing this. We've mastered zero-date options trading. We by far are the money. We hold, we sell deep in the money. With that being said, in terms of no stop losses, there's no need for a stop loss simply because our entire position size is our max risk per trade. Therefore, we can let the trade expire worthless and go to zero. I personally don't believe in stop losses. It's a very poor way to manage overall risk. Many traders who lose stop losses, they never get to see how the level of interest reacts because they get stopped out before it reacts. All my team knows exactly where your stop losses are, and I can assure you, we will be hunting. With that being said, in terms of the profit stops, we do set profit stops. The reason why we set profit stops is we like to win. We don't like to go green to red. And we don't like to lose. So we remove the stop loss, risk less, hold trades longer, make the biggest percentage gains, let the trades expire worthless if they go to zero. Sometimes we'll cut it 50%. But if it trades down 50%, when we decide to hold it and not take the L, it tends to go in the money later on throughout the day. So since we don't have the stop loss on, we can literally just hold throughout the entire day because we have the entire day for these out of money options to literally go in the money. And we tend to be on the right side of the overall trend. We tend to have the highest win rate in the game. We tend to go, as you could tell on Friday, 9 for 9. It's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy. Some days you'll get like 2 wins in a row and that'll be it. And then other days there's like 12 fucking wins in a row. On Friday, we had 14 wins, man. I'm telling you, it's just something about those Fridays, man. Just something about those Fridays where the winning is just fucking massive and it's just nonstop fucking winning. And then 3 days before that, in a row, it was just win after win after win, 1000% profit returns. So we don't use stop losses. We do set profit stops to ensure that we don't go green to red, right? Stop losses are for fucking losers. If you use a stop loss, that means you get stopped out for a loss, right? Profit stops means you get stopped out for a profit. So that's why we use profit stops, because we prefer to get stopped out for profit, not for a fucking loss, right? So with that being said, we do set profit stops to ensure that we don't go green to red. We do move the profit stops up higher to ensure that we don't get back the bulk of our gains if we are not selling into overall moves, right? So if the market has a big move against our overall trade, we set that profit stop to ensure that we don't go green to red. We move it up higher to ensure that we don't get back the bulk of our overall gains. With that being said, you need to understand, man, in terms of the system, we also add to winners. Nearly every single time we add to a winning trade, it tends to work in our favor. If you would have saw what we did on fucking Friday, every single fucking time we added, it just kept on working in our favor, man. So like I said, small gains for us is like 5, 10, 20%. I know for other traders, that's amazing. You know, they make a couple percent, they freak out, and they have their stop loss on, they never win big, and they all celebrate, right? For us, we're adding when we're up 5, 10, 20%. Because we know how to trade, we know how to hold, and we win fucking big. We're the best. When you're the fucking best, that's what you fucking do. You go far out of the money, you sell in the money, you hold the fucking trade, and you make the biggest percentage gains, man. Options give you options, but far out of the money options give you the most options. And one of the reasons why that is, you have the entire day for the trade to go in the money, right? And if you're down 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% on a trade, you can just hold it because you can risk less. You can put in your entire position size as your max risk per trade, right? Your entire position size as your max risk per trade. Therefore, you don't need a stop loss, right? And you can hold the trade. It can go in the money. It's a cutting edge system. If you want to try it out and you want to experience something new, it's the first link down below within the description. I can assure you, we have many members inside of Team Roar who are consistently making $500 to $1,000 a day. We have some members who are making 5 figures a week. We have some members who are making over 6 figures a month. Just on Friday, G-Roar ended up making over $24,000 on the day. So if you are serious about making money, it is the first link down below within the description. You can start printing with us at the speed of light starting tomorrow. I can assure you our community, it's very positive, it's very wholesome, and we have many members. If you would like to surround yourself with people who've mastered this system and people who want to learn as well, it's the first link down below within the description. All we do is win. You're getting access to real-time zero-day options trade alerts. You're getting access to a real-time zero-day options trade alert system, and we are winning non-stop. You're gonna see once you're in here, there's nothing else out there like this, man. There's nothing else out there like this. You know, some people, they have trade alerts. Well, we have the highest win rate in the game. We have the best trading style doing this, and we have more than just alerts. We have a fucking system. No stop losses, setting the profit stops, adding to the winners. We have a very systematic way to win and beat the overall market, and that's what we want to do for you, man. So we're sharing everything it is that we're doing within real time. If you are serious about making money and you are serious about surrounding yourself with the right community who is making money, it is the first link down below within the description. We're going to absolutely crush it heading into tomorrow. With that being said, I'm signing off. I will see you guys within the chat.